Hi, it's Ingrid. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I will be attempting the 24-hour reading challenge. It's January 4th. It's pretty late. I think it's somewhere between 9 and 10 right now. So I'm starting a little late. I would like to do it in the morning, but that just didn't happen. So I really want to do a readathon. And I'm going into the most stressful year of my life with my last semester of university and then starting like work and actual adult life after that. So if I'm going to do a readathon, I'm going to have to do it before the semester starts. And I start on the 8th. So if I'm going to do this, it has to be now. Am I going to regret this? Probably. But we're going to try. I kind of look like a rat. Just got out of the shower, so my hair is like half wet. But it doesn't really matter. We're going to read some books. I wish I could like promise you that I would do 24 hours straight. I don't think that's possible. I live with my family. There's expectations from me. I can't just sit in my room and read all day. But I'm going to try my best to use as little time as possible to get through these 24 hours. So I'm done with all of my things I need to do today. I've had dinner, I took a shower, so I can just be in bed and read for as long as I want, possibly until like dinner tomorrow. I'm going to have to pause the timer when I'm eating dinner or if I'm doing something, but I'm also going to try to maybe listen to an audiobook if I'm doing something, if I have to get away. But I'm still going to try my best to sit here and read as much as possible, because I don't really want to pause the timer. So that's like the last resort if we absolutely need to. I might fall asleep. So I'm a person, I'm a human, I need sleep. But we're going to try our best. That's all that matters. I'm going to show you my January TBR. Go watch that video if you haven't. Because I'm going to try to pick at least 1 or 2 books out of my TBR in this video. So this is my January TBR. I have Happy Place by Emily Henry, The Wizard of Oz, The Titan's Curse, the 3rd Percy Jackson book. Hopeless by Elsie Silver is the last book in the Chestnut Spring series. I really want to get to that. And then I have The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. I will not be reading that in this video because I have other plans for that. But I can choose some of this, and then I'm not limiting myself to this. I still have the rest of my TBR over here to choose from, but I think I'm going to start with a book from this pile. I don't know if I'm really in the mood for a romance book right now, and I don't want to start with The Wizard of Oz. So I think what I'm going to do is start with The Titan's Curse by Riordan. So this is the 3rd book in the Percy Jackson series. This is a YA fantasy series following Percy Jackson, a little boy who finds out that he's a demigod. He goes to this camp and things happen. In this one, I don't really know what's going on. I read it when I picked up my TBR, but I don't remember. But a powerful goddess has gone missing. The Greek gods are on the brink of war with the Titans. And there's the minor threat of a mystery beast that could destroy Mount Olympus forever. This time, Percy's going to need help, and he's found 2 powerful demigods for the job. There's just a small problem of the prophecy, the one that has predicted not all of them will survive. But when you're the son of a Greek god, it happens, right? But this is a pretty short book and it's YA, so it's easier like that. I'm just gonna see, can I find a page count? What was that? Was that its chapter title? Or was it something else? Yes. How many chapters are there? There we go. So there's 293 pages in this book. That's not bad. Not that the page count really matters, but when I have to read like non-stop, I feel better knowing what I'm getting into. So I'm gonna sit down, read this, and we're gonna attempt to read for 24 hours. Okay, I was gonna say that my goal is to get through 4 books. I think that's doable. I don't really care about size. If I read 4 small books, I'm just as happy as if I read 4 big books. And it's not that important, but I think it's fun to challenge myself. I have more fun with reading if I do a little challenge. So, just wanted to say that. I have the timer, 23 hours, 59 minutes and 59 seconds. We're gonna press start and sit down and read. No, it's not that one. Fuck. Here we go. I'm gonna read now. I need my glasses. I almost forgot. Would have been bad. First thought, I don't like Thalia. Like, what's with the attitude? You talk about him, but then when he asks about you, you're being rude. I don't like it. Into the challenge. I got to page 70, chapter 6 of the Titan's Curse. I'm doing pretty good. I don't have too many thoughts. I don't really know how to feel. It's fun. I really like Percy Jackson, but I don't know, I don't feel too much towards it. I really dislike Thalia. And that's really all I have to say. I think it's a good book for this type of challenge because it doesn't take too much brain power, but things are happening and it's YA, and I like that. I am very tired. It's currently 10:18. I'm not going to bed. Like, I know that if I stop reading, I will just sit and watch YouTube all night, so I might as well read. But I'm kind of cold. But I think I'm gonna sit and read a little bit longer. Then I'm gonna move downstairs and sit downstairs and read. If I'm downstairs, I won't be filming, but I will still read and I'll keep the timer going. I'm not filming when I'm with my family. But yeah, one thing I have to complain about is the cover of this book. For the first 2 books, I have a different cover. They don't sell those anymore, so this is all I can get. And it's really annoying, because this doesn't match at all. Like, my whole fantasy shelf is pretty dark, and then I have this like bright yellow standing there, and it just doesn't look good. But I don't have too many updates. I'm tired, but I'm only 1 hour in, so I'm gonna have to continue. So I have 21 hours and 25 minutes left. I am on page 189, so I have like around 100 pages left of the book. Last night, my mother texted me and told me Armageddon was on the TV and asked if I wanted to come watch with her, so I did. And then I got right back up here after and continued reading. Then I went to bed because I needed sleep. And yeah, I'm really enjoying the book, but I don't know, I'm confused because I don't really like the characters. All the girls are being really annoying. Some of them are being rude, like for no reason. Percy is a little childish, but I can't accept that because he is a child, so that should be expected. But yeah, I don't really know how to feel. It's very easy to read, like it's the children's book, I know that. But it's just a fun time, but not too much. Like, this isn't a favorite book of mine. I'm just having fun with it, and I'm gonna sit down and read, finish the book, and then we're gonna start another book. I'm excited. I like this. Finished the Titan's Curse. I don't really know how to rate it yet or what to rate it, so I'm gonna think about that and I'll probably give you my rating at the end of the video. I did enjoy it, but I don't know what to say, so I'm gonna move on. we have just under 20 hours left, so we still got a long way to go. I think I'm going to pick up Midnight Mass by Simone. One of my goals this year is to finish or continue series, and I read Priest. Was it last year or was it the year before? I don't really know. I think it was last year. And then I bought this. I don't really want to. I've never really thought about that series after starting it, but I bought the novella that comes between book 1 and 2, and since I own it, I just want to get it off my TBR, and it's short, so we're just gonna read it. But I don't really care. I don't think a novella was necessary, but I shouldn't have bought it, but I did, so we're gonna sit down and read it. Shouldn't take me too long. Yeah, we're gonna try. So I should probably tell you what the book is about. I don't really know, but Priest is about a priest who sleeps with one of the people going to his church. And he's like took this vow of celibacy. He wasn't supposed to really have sex, but then Poppy came into his life and they fell in love. This one, I don't know what it's about. The back didn't give me much, but I think the man is about to be punished for his sins. I don't feel like reading something smutty right now, but I want to get it off my TBR and continue that series. I don't know why I have this thing where I just have to finish every series I start. I don't really want to read the rest of the books, but it's so hard for me to leave things unfinished. So if I don't like this, I'm probably going to read something else, but we're just gonna give it a shot. I have a feeling I know what the conflict will be. Let's hope I'm wrong. I'm not really far into it. It's boring, I don't care. Like the spice scenes are good, but I want a good story. I want a good plot. I'm not that interested. We have 17 hours and 36 minutes left on the timer. I finished Midnight Mass. I didn't really like it. I gave it 2 stars. It's basically just guilt and sex, and I didn't like it. I think the writing of this is good in a way, because this is like 150 pages, but I felt like I read a full book. So the author did a good job making it, like giving us a lot in a few amount of pages. So I guess that's good. I think there should have been a trigger warning in here. Wasn't really expecting that. I also looked through my reading journal because I did like a explanation of the different ratings, and I looked through that and I landed on a 4-star for this. Now we need to pick up a new book. I have 3 books in mind, and they're all 3 on my January TBR. Because looking at everything else, too stressful. I have Happy Place, The Wizard of Oz, and Hopeless. Because everyone's asleep, but I'm scared they're not asleep and that they can hear me, because it's awkward. I have 16 hours and 11 minutes left. I'm a little over halfway through the Wizard of Oz. First of all, this is gorgeous. It's so pretty. And every chapter has this stars around the title, and it's so pretty. And there's also drawings in every chapter. I don't know what to say about the story. It follows Dorothy, who is transported from Kansas to where is she? This place, and she's accidentally killed a witch, the Wicked Witch of the East. But now she's on a journey to the Emerald City, and she meets friends along the way. Things are happening. I don't know. I've never read this story or seen anything about it. The closest I've ever gotten to The Wizard of Oz is the episode of Sweet Life on Lake. And I watched Wicked, like the movie, and some characters are mentioned in here. But I don't really know much about this story. But I'm having fun. I can tell that it's a children's book. I feel like I would enjoy the story more if someone told it to me than reading it myself. I'm glad I'm reading it. I'm excited to put this on my shelf because it's so pretty. And this is a story I want to know because I feel like everyone should read it at some point. So I'm having fun with it, but I'm getting really tired. I think I'm gonna go and just get ready for bed, like brush my teeth and all that, and then finish the book, and I'm probably gonna go to bed after that. It's 1:15 a.m. and I'm gonna try to finish the challenge tomorrow. But I'm gonna be reading a little bit longer, but I can't really talk to you because everyone else is asleep, and I feel like I'm just wasting so much content if I don't talk. But yeah, that's all I have to say. I'm gonna go brush my teeth. So yesterday I was talking to you, but then I got interrupted. I was trying to tell you that I didn't know which one of these to start, because all of these are my TBR, but I did end up with The Wizard of Oz. I sat down and just read the first page of all of them. This one I wasn't really excited for, because I didn't really like Bo in the last one, but then I opened it, and it starts in a scene from Reckless, and that made me very excited. So this is going to be the next book I pick up, because I finished The Wizard of Oz. I'm also very excited for Happy Place. I've been a little scared and not really had the urge to pick it up, but now I do. But I finished this one. I think it was really cute. I don't remember if I gave you a review or not when I finished it, but I gave it 4 stars. Like, I can definitely tell that it's a children's book, and I think I mentioned that I would have liked it more if someone told it to me, rather than me reading it myself. But I had a good time with it. I think it was fun. I don't really know much about The Wizard of Oz, but I recently watched Wicked and I'm obsessed with that, so I'm interested to see more of like that world. I know it's not exactly the same, but it's still like the same thing, you know. I'm gonna put this away because I have finished it and sit down with Hopeless by Elsie Silver. This is the last book in the series. I love Elsie Silver's writing, so I'm very excited. I also love like the setting and the characters and like the family of this, so I'm very excited for that. And I think I'm gonna pick up Happy Place after, but I'm like, I can't promise, but I'm like 90% sure that that's gonna be my next read. But I'm gonna sit down and read this right now. I've had to do a lot of schoolwork today, so I didn't really get to film anything until now, which is bad. Like, I know that if I'm gonna do a 24-hour reading challenge, this is how I'm gonna have to do it, because I just don't have the opportunity to sit down and read for 24 hours straight. We're doing our best. I'm gonna sit down and read, and I'm excited for this book now. I wasn't, but now I am. So I said I would pick up Hopeless. I have done that, but before that I actually decided to listen to some audiobooks. I didn't really have time to sit down and read. Well, I did. I didn't, but then when I didn't want to read anymore. So I sat down with audiobooks instead, because doing that I could do something else at the same time. Like, I did some chores while listening to the audiobook. I finished my reading journal while listening to an audiobook. So I started the audiobook on New Year's Eve, but then I listened for like 10 minutes and then I didn't have time anymore, so I decided to pick it up again now. And that one was called Murder on Thames. I'm pretty sure. I might be wrong, but I think that was the title of it. It's in the Cherringham series. It's a mystery series. I found it scrolling through Storytel. It's narrated by Neil Dudgeon, who plays John Barnaby in Midsomer Murders, and since that's one of my favorite shows, I wanted to listen. And I actually really enjoyed it. I think I rated the first one 4 stars. I had a really good time with it. That one was about this woman was found dead in a river, and one of her friends just didn't believe that it was an accident. So her and this man, who was a former, like a retired NYPD detective, decides to investigate together. And I had a lot of fun with it. It's a little British mystery series, and I'm loving it so far. I rated the first one 4 stars. The second one was called Mystery at the Manor. That one was about a fire in this manor house. One man died. One of the people who knew that man didn't believe that it was an accident, so she asked that same woman from the first book to investigate. So she and the former NYPD detective did, and that's the series. Like, those two go and investigate things. I rated that one 3 stars. I didn't like it as much as the first one, but I still had a really good time with it. I've never really been an audiobook person. Didn't really think I would enjoy that. But then because when I sit down with them, I'm not invested, and I don't really understand, and I don't, like, it goes like right out. But I figured out that if I find the right type of book, I can sit if I just give it some time, like the first 10 minutes, not getting anything. But then I get invested. And with this series in particular, like, I didn't really care about it at first, but then a few days later I kept thinking about it, like, what happened? Like, this detective, what did he do? And how are they going to figure it out? Who did it? So I decided to pick it up, and I'm loving it. So I'm going to continue with that series. I think there is 47 books, so I have a lot of them. But then, today I did pick up Hopeless, and I am 162 pages in. I had to stop because Ben Barnes went live. But I have 9 hours and 54 minutes left on the timer, so I'm going to sit down and read a little bit more. This book, oh my god, I'm loving it. I was scared because I didn't like Bo in the last book. This one starts directly in the middle of that book. Well, not in that book, but in the middle of a scene from that book. And seeing that from his perspective, because during that scene in Reckless, hated him. But seeing it in this book, you get a different perspective on it, and I just loved it. I'm really rooting for this couple. I love them both, and I love them together, and I'm so excited to see their story. Like, this is 5-star potential. I haven't rated a single book in this series 5 stars, and if I do rate it 5 stars, it's going to be the first 5-star read of the year, because it's giving 5 stars. I don't know. We'll see, but I'm going to sit down and read a little bit. Yeah, let's do it. I am 49% through Happy Place. This is my 3rd Emily Henry book. I really love Beach Read, and I really liked Book Lovers as well. This one started out a little bit slow for me. I didn't really care, I was a little bored, so I put it down and then I picked it back up because I had to read. I am enjoying it, I just don't know how to feel. Like, I feel things towards their relationship, but I don't really love the book, so I don't really know. Like, I'm conflicted between my feelings towards the relationship and just reading. Should I tell you what the book's about? Yes, I should. This one, the romance has already started, like they were a couple, but when this book starts, they've broken up. I don't know why, but they're broken up. Then, like every year, I think they go on this vacation with their friends, and they don't know that they're broken up, so they pretend to be together, and like you just follow them along on this trip. I'm a little confused because to me it's very obvious that they both love each other, so I don't understand why they're not together, and that annoys me a little bit because like, why are you doing this? And then something's going on with Win, don't we know what. He's very secretive and he's annoying me sometimes because like he asks her questions, and then when she asks questions he almost gets like angry and just walks away, and it's just stupid. But I don't know, it's fine. I don't think this is my favorite Emily Henry book, but I'm really invested in the relationship. I have 4 hours and 27 minutes left on the timer. I'm gonna go take my makeup off and then we'll continue reading. I can't even see the words. I didn't want to cry. I don't even think this is a 5-star book, and I don't think I cry when it's not a 5-star. But like my lip was even trembling, like this is really sad. I have so many thoughts, but also not enough thoughts. Like I hate Sabrina, she's a horrible friend. And I hate that they're not together when they're clearly meant for each other. But I'm crying. And like I have to pause reading because I can't see the words because there's so many tears in my eyes. And I have like 50 pages left. Just had to share that. I finished Happy Place. I don't really know how to feel because the book really did make me feel a lot, and I think Emily Henry is a really great writer, but I feel like I was also a little bored in the beginning, but also like I need to give the story the time to develop. Like it's not gonna be like whoa on the first page, like we're expecting that. I have 1 hour and 36 minutes left on the timer. I don't know if I kind of want to just end the video, but I feel like that's being a failure. Like 1.5 hours left, we can do that. But I need to figure out my rating for Happy Place. Like I have no clue. I did write out a rating system in my reading journal, and that helped me for 5 of the books I've read. This one and Hopeless that I read before, no clue. I feel like with Hopeless I'm like struggling in between 4.5 and 4.75 because I was really invested in that book all the way through, but I don't have that 5-star feeling. But I know that I should rate it higher than Heartless because I hated one of the main characters in the first half of Heartless. But I might be landing on a 4.5 star for Hopeless, but now with Happy Place I need to look at my little rating system because I was considering 3 stars at some point, but I don't think a 3-star read can bring out this much emotion in me. So for 4 stars I wrote down, I really like it, it's missing something but I would read more, it's bingeable. 4.5 is obsessed but has some flaws, at least 2 of the following are perfect: writing, plot or character. 4.75, love this, I need more, I will read everything from this author. I think Emily Henry is an author that I will read everything from, but I'm not rushing to get to her books. I think 4 stars is good for this book. I think that's great. I still think Beetroot is my favorite, so I'm currently thinking 4 stars, but that might change. I haven't rated it on Goodreads yet because I just need some time to sit on it. Now, I just need to rant about something. Everyone that's complaining about Goodreads like never updating, I'm blaming you for my anger right now. Because my favorite thing about like the reading challenge is being able to see how far behind or ahead you are of your reading goal. On the app you can't anymore. It tells you how many books you've read, how many days are left, and what percentage through you are. But I logged on to the website and I'm currently 5 books ahead of schedule. So that's great. I read 9% of my reading goal. I'm considering upping it to 90. I wrote 90 in my reading journal, 80 on Goodreads. I was supposed to put 80 in here as well, but then I accidentally wrote 90, so now I feel like I have to read 90 books. But the year started off pretty good, so I kind of have a feeling that I'm having a really good reading year. But anyways, 5 books ahead of schedule. Love that. In this video so far, I've read 5 physical books and listened to 2 audiobooks, so I feel like that's pretty good. Now for my next read, I have started The Crow Trap. I started that months ago, so I should probably finish that. I also have started the ebooks of 2 books. I have City of Bones by Cassandra Clare that I have to read before January ends because it's free on Simone in January. And then I have The Killings at Badger's Drift by Caroline Graham on Storytel. I have a subscription there. So I feel like I should read City of Bones because like that expires on January 31st. But I also really want to just finish The Crow Trap. But I don't really want to read right now. But I think I've had The Crow Trap going for so long, so I need to pick that one up. That is a detective novel. It's a little mystery story written by Cleeves. The reason I'm reading it is because I love the TV show Vera, and that show is based on these books. So I want to read all of those books. Not loving it. It's written in like different parts. Part 1 followed 3 different girls, different perspectives. One of them, the first one, incredibly boring. Second one, same story from a different perspective, also boring. Third one, a lot more interesting. And then things started happening when like the actual murder happened. It took so long for the murder to happen. But now we've been introduced to Vera, and part 3 is from Vera's perspective, and I feel like I'm gonna like it more when we're into the investigation. So I'm gonna read that because I really like the show. But I also feel like the characters are very different in the book. Like Vera in the show, she is like a rude, kind of mean, direct person. But in the show she has like a charm. I feel like that charm doesn't show very well in the book. So I don't know what to feel, but maybe I'll like her more when I get deeper into her perspective, because that is gonna change things. So that's the next book I'm gonna pick up. Like, I'm already halfway through it, so it's good for me to just finish it. confused because my music stopped and then it just said timer on the screen and then it started ringing. I thought it would start ringing immediately, but it didn't. But I got the recording it, so whatever. I have read 110 pages of this. I thought I had gotten to part 3 where Vera's perspective was more of the thing, but I hadn't. I'm a little bored. Some more excitement is happening right now, but I'm still pretty bored with the story, and it's 500 pages. It's over 500 pages. I'm currently on page 356. I'm probably gonna read a little bit more because I would like to just finish this book, but I don't think you're gonna have the thoughts on it. But I'm gonna move over there and we're gonna talk about the books I've read in the video just to wrap it up. I'm so glad I'm finally done. That means I can start a new video, and I'm very excited for the next video I'm filming. These are the physical books I've read in this video. I haven't finished the last one, but I'm pretty proud of myself for how much I've gotten through, and 2 audiobooks. So we're gonna go through each of them and just wrap up my thoughts. I started out with The Titan's Curse by Riordan, book number 3 in the Percy Jackson series. I ended up rating this one 4 stars. I don't think any book in this series is going to be a 5-star read for me, but I am really enjoying it. I think the world is fun. There was a few characters in here that I didn't really like, but I enjoy following Percy and his friends on these different adventures, so I'm having really fun with it. And they're so easy to read. They're very quick and simple in a good way. They are YA, so it makes sense that it's written like easily. But I don't know. I'm really enjoying this series and I'm excited to continue. I need to buy the next book. Don't know when I'm gonna do that, but hopefully sometime this year. Then I picked up Midnight Mass by Simone. This is the novella that comes after Priest. The series consists of 3 books and I think there's 3 novellas as well. This one is kind of unnecessary. I didn't really enjoy it. I gave it 2 stars. It was a little pointless. And something happened in here that I felt like really needed a trigger warning, and I didn't get that. And I wasn't expecting it to happen. But I just communicate. Everything would have been so much better if they just communicated with each other. And it was just a lot of spice, and I know this series is very spicy, but I just don't think it's for me. Next I read The Wizard of Oz. I've never read this book before. I know a lot of people know the story. I didn't. I've heard about it, of course, and the characters. I could recognize the characters, but I've never read or watched the full story. So it was fun, especially after seeing Wicked and now seeing some of the characters. I had fun with it. I gave it 4 stars. I don't think it's anything groundbreaking. It's easy to read and it's easy to follow, and it's a classic. I wasn't expecting to find it this easy. I don't know when it was published. I wish I googled that. I feel like that's fun to know. First published in 1982. Is it considered a classic if it's published in 1982? I thought they were supposed to be older, but everyone's talking about it as a classic, so I don't really know. That's disappointing. But it's a fun read. I liked it, and that one's gorgeous. I then moved on to book number 5, the last book in the Chestnut Spring series. Book number 5 in the Chestnut Spring series, not book number 5 in this video. Hopeless by Elsie Silver. This one follows Beau, and I didn't really love Beau as much as everyone else in the first books. Everyone was so excited for his story. I didn't really care, and after the last book I didn't love him. I didn't really like him either. But this one started in the middle of a scene from Reckless, and I really liked that. That helped me get invested from the beginning. So from the first page I was into it. I really like this book. I think Elsie Silver's writing is really good, and I love the characters in this. And I wasn't expecting that, because I was expecting, going into this I thought I would hate Beau, but I actually really love him. He was so sweet, and I like the relationship and the development of their relationship. So I had really fun with this. I haven't really decided on a rating, but I think I'm gonna rate it 4.5. Yeah, I'm giving it a 4.5. I think that's good, because I didn't really have that 5-star feeling, but I loved it all the way through, so it should get a good rating. 4.5, we're gonna stick to that. I read 2 audiobooks or listened to 2 audiobooks in this video. I don't remember when I listened to them. I think it was before Hopeless actually. So I listened to Murder on Thames. I don't remember the author, but it's read by Neil Dudgeon, who plays John Barnaby in Midsummer Murders. That's why I listened to it. I wasn't really expecting to love it, both because I have 2 reasons. I don't really love audiobooks. I feel like it's hard for me to understand or even like consume the story that way. I feel like you're just in one ear, out the other. But with this series, it was fairly easy for me. It's very short. I think the ebook is like 200 pages. But it's just a quick, easy little mystery, cozy mystery. It's really fun. Because I like those. I really like detective stories about the police. But I also think it's fun when like normal people start investigating things, and that's what this series is. That was book number 1 in the series. After that I also listened to book number 2, which is called Mystery at the Manor. I didn't like that one as much, but I still had a really good time with it. Book 1 I gave 4 stars, and book 2 I gave 3 stars. I'm going to continue the series. I think it's like 47 parts, so I have a lot of them, and I'll probably listen to a lot of them this year. Because I am really enjoying it. It's fun to just put on when I'm not in the mood to do anything else, and the audiobook is just helpful, and they're short, so I really like that they're short, because I feel like the story would be dragged out too much if they tried to put it into a longer book. So I really enjoyed that one. Then we have Happy Place by Emily Henry. I've heard so many good things about this. Everyone's obsessed with it. And I did really enjoy it. I think the last time I talked to you about this book, I said I gave it 4 stars, but I think I'm gonna push it up to a 4.5 because I'm still like really thinking about this, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, I love that book. Which is weird. Like, I don't always have that feeling. Usually I tend to lower my rating, but with this one I felt like upping it. I think the writing of Emily Henry is really good. There were some characters in here that I didn't like, but I can also see them from like different perspectives and understand. Like, they're very human. They have flaws, and I like that. And it made me cry. Like, I felt a lot reading this book, and I love when a book can make me feel in the right way. And I feel like Emily Henry does a really good job with that, so I'm 4.5. I just mentioned this, but The Crow Trap by Anne Cleeves, first book in the Vera Stanhope series. I'm 356 pages in. I still have 150 pages left. Not really enjoying it so far. It's at a 2 star. Anything can happen. Like, it's over 100 pages left, so it's possible to up it. I don't think it's going to be much higher than a 3 star, but I'll talk about this more in my January wrap-up. But that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed this video. I wish I could do this for like 24 hours straight, but that's very hard when I live with someone. Like, I live with my parents. There's expectations, there's things to do. If I were to be like, no, I can't do that because I have to read, like, it just doesn't work like that. But I'm hoping to at least once this year be able to do a full 24 hours straight. Don't know when, but I will. I really want to make it work. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you've read any of these books, I'd love to hear your thoughts. If not, I'll see you next time. Peace out, lovers.